Hi children, this is Venkatanna. Today's class, ninth class physical science. We are discussing the laws of motion chapter. Laws of motion. In that laws of motion chapter, we already discussed it. We already completed regarding what is the first law of motion. What is the first law of motion? First law of motion is also known as law of inertia. And why it is law of inertia, we will discuss now. In that first law of motion, we discussed it states that if any body is in rest position, it will continue in the same state of rest. If any body is in motion state, it will continue in the same state of motion until unless the force is applied. Until unless the force is applied. So we elaborately discussed regarding this first law of motion. First law of motion is also known as law of inertia. Why it is also known as law of inertia? We discussed that one. In that, you have inertia of rest, inertia of motion, inertia of direction. Now, what is inertia of rest? Every body have a capability of continuing same state of rest, or every body have a ability to restrict the force which try to change its state of rest. That ability of a body, it's a property of a matter. What is inertia? It's a property of a matter which restricts the force which try to change the state of that object, whether that state is a rest state, or whether the state is a motion state, or whether the state is a motion state in a particular direction. So that's why it is known as a law of inertia. So what is mean the first law of motion? If any object is either in rest state or motion state or motion in a particular direction, they will continue in the same state until unless a force try to change their state. So every object have a, every matter have a ability. That ability, for what ability, what capability to restrict the force which try to change the state of rest or state of motion or state of motion in a particular direction. That you will call it as a first law of motion. The first law of motion can be classified into law of, which is also known as law of inertia. In that law of inertia can be classified into inertia of rest, inertia of motion, inertia of direction. Now, inertia of rest means any object will have a ability to restrict the force which try to change the state of rest. That ability of that matter is known as a inertia of rest. Now, what is inertia of motion? If any body is in motion, then it will continue in the same state of motion until unless a force is applied to change its state of motion. Then every object, every matter has a certain ability to continue in the same state of motion and try to restrict the force which try to change the state of motion to state of rest. That ability of that matter we will call it as a inertia of motion. Next, inertia of direction. Suppose, now already we discussed that if in a car, if you sit in vertical car, if the bus driver or car driver, if the vehicle driver suddenly turns right side, you will fall left side. If suddenly turns left side, you will fall right side. Because once if you sit in a car or once if you sit in a vehicle and if that vehicle is in motion, your total body is in motion. Then once the bus driver applies the brake suddenly, then only lower part of the body, lower part of the body, lower part of the body which is in touch with the vehicle only can able to change its state of motion of one direction to state of motion of to another direction. But whereas upper part will continue the same state of motion in that particular direction only. See, the lower part moves right side, but upper part will continue in the same state of for direction, motion in a particular direction, and we may fall left side. Similarly, if it driver turns to the left side, it will be continuing the same linear motion, straight line motion. As a result, upper part will stay here, lower part will turn left side. As a result, we will fall out right. That is that is known as inertia of direction. What is it? Inertia of direction. So let us discuss with one example.
all these inertias. Suppose one ball is there, one ball is on the ground. It is at rest position. So it has a certain ability to continue in the same state of rest until unless a force is applied, or it have a ability to restrict the force which try to change the state of rest. No, if anyone kick the ball, if anyone kicks the ball, then ball will be in the motion because of force applied by the footballer, because applied by the any player, then the state of rest changes to state of motion. That means now with the body, the ball is in motion. Then it will continue in the same state of motion until and unless other player or any other force will try to stop that motion state or try to stop that motion state and make it to rest. Then till then it will continue in same state of motion. Suppose if any opposite player, if any opposite what the football player stops that what we call football, then it will change state of motion to state of rest. Then or else if it flies high, if any footballer kicks that ball to a high distance, what will happen? Gravitational pull of the earth, gravitational pull of the earth going on apply on that ball, which you try to restrict the motion of the ball. That means your frictional force is acting. One is suppose if anyone apply the force, the frictional force applied by the player, or if it is in air, then the frictional force will be restrictive force will be applied by the on this ground against gravity. Or if it is rolling on the ground, then frictional force between the ball and the what to say ground surface will try to restrict the ball. As a result, it will roll to certain distance and automatically it will comes to rest. Now that means once the ball is in rest state, it will continue in the same state of rest. That is known as a inertia of rest. Inertia of rest. Or it has certain ability to restrict the force, which will try to change the state of rest. Now, once if you overcome that so inertia of rest, that ability of that ball to continue same state of rest, if you overcome by applying a huge force, then it will be in the motion. Then, if no one stops, it will continue in the same state of motion. Till then, any one force which will try to restrict that the motion of the ball. Then the ability of that ball to continue in the same state of motion. Till then, if any force is applied to change state of motion to state of rest, is known as a inertia of motion. Inertia of motion. Similarly, if the ball if the ball rolls there, frictional force will try to stop. If the ball is in air, gravitational pull of the force will try to stop. As a result, it will change the state of motion to state of rest. Then it will come to the state of rest. There, maximum it will try to oppose the force, gravitational force. Maximum it will try to oppose the frictional force between the layer and the ball, which will try to change the state of motion. So that is known as that ability of that ball is known as inertia of motion. Now, if any footballer kicks the ball in air, if other with the same team footballer, if what we call, if he just keep the head in the path of that ball, then because of the force applied by the same team player, that will change its direction and it may enter into the goal. That means here because of force applied by the same team player as a header. As a header, we will tell that means with the header, they will divert the direction of football, which will be kept by the same team player. As a result, it may fall into the goal, then they may get the goal. So that type of what we call due to the force application by the due to the interference of the what we call same team player, the ball changed its direction. As a result, it's changed its state of motion of one direction to state of motion of another direction. Then that ability there also the ball will have certain ability to continue in the same state of motion in that particular direction, or it will try to restrict the state of motion of that ball in the force which will try to change this state of motion in that particular direction. We'll call that as a inertia of direction. What is it? Inertia of direction. Then all these three we will call it as a first law of motion. What is it? First law of motion. That means first law of motion which states that if net force is zero, if net force is zero, that means no force is acting on the object, then the particular object may continue same state of rest, or the particular object may continue same state of motion, or that particular object may continue same state of motion in a one direction. Until unless a force is applied, they won't change the state of rest to state of motion to state of rest, or state of motion in one direction to state of motion in another direction. So all these three will call it as first law of motion. That's why this first law of motion is also known as law of inertia. Inertia of rest is known as static inertia. Inertia of motion is known as dynamic inertia. Next, inertia of direction is known as directive inertia. Like that, first law of motion is known as a law of inertia, which we are going on using in our daily life activities. Now, so first law of motion tells that if net force is zero, if no force is acting, the ball, if the particular object is rest, it will continue state of rest. If the object is in motion, it will continue state of motion. If that object is in state of motion in one direction, it will continue same state of direction in the state of motion in particular direction. Now we can discuss regarding this inertia and mass. Inertia and mass. What is this inertia and mass? What is inertia? Ability of a object to continue same state or to restrict the force which try to change the state of object. That ability of the object is known as inertia. Then what are the factors which will affect that ability of matter? So it's a property of matter. It's a property of matter. What's the matter? Total mass. What's the property of mass? What's the property matter? Which consists of a mass which occupies space and whose mass can be measurable is known as a matter. So what is inertia? Property of a matter. Property of a matter which restrict the force which try to change the state is known as inertia. Now let us discuss some factors which will affect the inertia. Inertia is directly proportional to mass. Inertia is directly proportional to mass. Now what is a mass? Inertia is directly proportional to mass. Now what is a mass? Amount of matter contained by the object. Amount of matter contained by the object, that is known as inertia. This inertia. Now let us perform an experiment which will explain clearly about this inertia and mass, how they are related. We come to know about this and pushing two wooden blocks with same force. Pushing two wooden blocks with same force. With this activity, we can able to demonstrate how inertia is dependent upon mass. Pushing two wooden blocks with the same force. I already explained this with a car and bicycle example. With the same force, then what will happen? Now, so you place one table. On that table, you place two wooden blocks. You place two wooden blocks of same size and same mass. Same size and same mass. Wooden block 1, block 2. Place it on a table. And place at the same position. And place one scale. Place one rod or scale. And what you have to do? We are going on push that blocks with the help of that scale. With the help of that scale or with the help of that block. Let me draw that blocks clearly, and the result we can able to discuss this activity. Now let us think that we have what we call one table like this. We have one table. On the table, we have to draw two blocks. Two blocks. Two blocks. One wooden block and one more wooden block we have to draw on the same table. One more wooden block. Then this wooden block is of more mass. More mass, M1 block. Block B1 has a more mass and another block we have to place it. Like that, we'll take another wooden block. Another wooden block. Now, whose mass is less? Whose mass is less? Here, block B2, its mass is less. Here, the B1 block consists of more mass compared to B2 block. Now, what do you do? We'll place the scale. Here, we'll place the scale. Here, we'll place the scale. Now, we'll place the scale and we'll place the scale and we'll try to push that. We'll try to push that blocks. When you are trying to push that two blocks with the same force, we are trying to push them with the same force. When you are trying to push with the same force, then what you will observe? Who can able to travel more distance, or who can able to accelerate more distance? We can able to see that B2 will accelerate more. B2 accelerates more. Why B2 accelerates more and travels more distance, long distance compared to B1 block? Why it will travel long distance compared to B1 block, even though we are applying same force? Because it have more mass compared to B2. So as it have more mass, it have more ability or more capability, which try to restrict, which try to oppose the force which try to change the state of rest. That means it have more inertia, it have a less inertia. More the mass, higher the inertia. More the mass, higher the inertia. So from this point, we can tell that mass and inertia are directly proportional to each other. If the particular object have more mass, then it have more ability to, means it have more capability to restrict the force which you try to change the state of motion, state of rest or state of motion. Since the two wooden blocks are in rest state, now we are trying to apply force to change the state of rest to state of motion. As B1 block have more mass, more the mass, higher the inertia. So it have more inertia. As a result, it won't move long distance. It can able to move long distance because it will be influenced by the force very easily because its inertia is less, whereas its inertia is more. So from this we can able to tell that more the mass and higher the inertia. As more the mass and inertia will be high. So in that way, both inertia and mass are directly proportional to each other, which will come under first law of motion, or that's why first law of motion is also known as law of inertia. What is it? Law of inertia, in which the law of inertia is classified into inertia of rest, which is known as static inertia, inertia of motion, which is known as a dynamic inertia, and inertia of direction. In this way, in this session, we discuss regarding first law of motion. Next session, we can able to discuss what is the second law of motion and examples and what are the factors, what the second law of motion will tell us. First law of motion tells that without force application, body have ability to continue same state of rest or same state of motion or same state of motion in a particular direction. Thank you.